Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 100 Days of Nice. Today, we are going to be talking about intuition and reclaiming our connection with our intuition. So, if that is something you are interested in, stay tuned. Let's go through nice. The nurturing self talk on this day was I seek the answers within. This was during a time, I feel like the whole year, this describes the whole year and already the beginning of 2021. But it was describing a time where we were getting so many mixed messages and uncertainty in the media, politically, in our communities, with everything going on. So it was like really hard to know what to believe. And so when we are feeling that and when we're having like several conflicting messages or just that uncertainty, it is so important to really check in with yourself, to tune into your internal compass, to really ground yourself and center yourself like to your core, and seek the answers within yourself and pay attention to what rings as true for you, and just at least know what you think and what you believe and allow that to be part of your processing when everything else is happening. So that was the nurturing self-talk. I seek the answers within, just really checking in with myself, not only being dependent on external sources of information. And the I, which is where we're going to spend most of our time today, stood for integrity with that. Like, how did I actually do that though? Like, how do you do it? And so that included checking in with myself, asking myself what feels right. Just checking in with how I'm feeling, like what really feels right, what feels off, and then processing that a little bit more. What about this feels off? Or what about this feels safe or feels good? And why does it feel good? Is it because it's comfortable or familiar, or is it something else? So pay attention to what I'm feeling drawn to and what I'm not feeling drawn to. Another question that I was asking myself this day, and I want to encourage you to check in with yourself, is what does my gut say about it? What does my gut have to say about this? So a lot of the times we know what our mind will say, or I'll be like, okay, rationally this means this, or I know I should this, or whatever the case may be. We a lot of times can be really in touch with the heady part of ourselves. Other times we're like, okay, what is my heart saying about this? That's where we get a little bit more of our emotional information and insights from. But then when we check into our gut, when we tune into our gut, that's when we're able to tap into more of our subconscious intelligence and open up the transaction of information from the subconscious to the conscious, and just checking in and saying, okay, what does my gut say about this? What direction am I leading toward with this? What's just, yeah, that initial gut reaction to this? And the more you redirect your attention to that, the stronger the bond you can create to that part of you. Another part of the I, practicing integrity with this, which it was also strengthening my connection to my intuition, was quieting all of the mind chatter through mindfulness. And so that mindfulness for me, the like my 3-second way to do it is just like, okay, where am I right now? And what is most important to me in this moment? Just being present in this moment. Paying attention to my 5 senses and consciously directing my attention to the information they're soaking up for me. So I hear the candle flickering over here. I can smell its scents. I see the vibrant colors of my makeup and my scarf. I taste the remnants of this tea I was drinking. I feel warmth in my body thanks to all of these lights and the heater, and just really being here right now and wanting to connect with you and reminding you that with the power of your breath and redirecting your awareness to your senses or to different parts of your body or your experience of the now, that quieted any mind chatter I was having about how I want this video to be or how it should sound or what it's supposed to look like. Da, da, da. I really took myself to that moment and just being here and present with you and remembering what my intention is. And it is to share what has been useful to me with you so that you can take what you like and kindly discard what you don't. But that's something that you can do anywhere. You can take that deep breath and root yourself and ground yourself anywhere. You can consciously redirect your attention to all of your senses, to your 5 senses, or maybe just focus on one at any time. And doing that, your brain can only focus on so many things at the same time. Our working memory is limited. So redirecting your attention and reclaiming power over what your working memory is being directed towards, what your attention is being focused on, that helps you quiet the mind chatter when we're kind of just passive. And that's when all of these, our neurons are just like firing uncontrollably and we're having 1,000 thoughts a minute. When we choose to direct our attention towards something, we're able to quiet that and focus on what that is, whether it's our breath, whether it's taste, whether it's sound, whether it's physical sensation, etc., etc. And one other thing I started experimenting with more during this time, but I'm not yet expert level at, I'm novice still at, is practicing grounding through my body. And so I started practicing more yoga, and that just really allowed me to strengthen that mind-body connection. And our body holds so much intelligence for us. Our body has access to so much of our subconscious intelligence and awareness. And so opening up that transaction of information between the mind and the body, between the conscious and the subconscious, really allows us to reclaim and build our connection to our intuition as well. And we talked about like being curious about when you do check in with your gut, like what's informing the gut, and expanding on that, because then that's allowing what we already know at our core, what we already know at our subconscious level, to come to the attention of our brain, to come to the attention of our conscious awareness. And then that allows us to use that information more intentionally moving forward. So that was the I. The C for the day was a compliment I gave myself, and I want to offer to you if it applies, and it is: I admire your drive to expand your ability to conceptualize the interconnectedness of all things. Especially, this was true when I wrote this in May of 2020, and this is still true today in January of 2021. We are being offered dichotomous perspectives. We are being offered binary thoughts. We are being offered team A or team B, and nature is so much more complex than that. Humanity is so much more complex than that. And so feeling forced or pigeonholed into one category or another when there's so much more to the story than that, is definitely the step forward for us as a people, but also, period, for us, period, at so many different levels. And so to those of you who are able to see beyond the two boxes that we're being told to check, one or the other, I want to compliment you in being able to see beyond zeros and ones, being able to see beyond this or that, and understand and see the interdependence, the complexity of nature and our own existence. The E, the emotional intelligence for the day, was feeling very purposeful. Once we are able to really center ourselves and ground ourselves in who we are and what we believe and what we think and what we desire, that allows us to really feel purposeful and know that we are behaving and speaking with intention. So I hope this video helped and gave you a few tools and techniques to rekindle the flame with your own intuition. If you give them a try, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.